Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Jimmy Butler, Lionel Messi appear in latest Bad Boys, Ride or Die trailer with Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. The fourth installment in the Bad Boys franchise arrives later this summer. Since the movie franchise takes place in Miami, two of the city's biggest stars made cameos in a new trailer for Bad Boys, Ride or Die alongside actors Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. The trailer begins by alluding to Jimmy Butler pondering a move away from the Miami Heat. As the trailer unfolds, Butler actually shows up to the house where Smith and Lawrence are watching television. Butler reveals that he wants to be a bad boy, and Smith and Lawrence begin training him to see if he's fit to join them. Butler eventually has a change of heart, choosing to return to basketball. In addition to Butler, Inter Miami star Lionel Messi knocks at the door and says that he's looking for the Bad Boys. Smith and Lawrence tell Messi that he has the wrong house and close the door. Butler's actual future with the Heat remains uncertain. His 2023-24 season came to an unceremonious end when he missed all 5 of the Heat's games against the Boston Celtics in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Butler is reportedly looking for a contract extension with the Heat, but the team hasn't committed to a new deal. Butler is scheduled to make $48.8 million during the 2024-25 season. Meanwhile, Messi is entering his new season in Miami after previously playing for Paris Saint-Germain. During his time with Inter Miami, Messi has registered 11 goals in 16 matches as he's become one of Major League Soccer's biggest stars. Philadelphia 76ers will offer Jimmy Butler a full max extension if he forces a trade from the Heat. The Philadelphia 76ers will go to great lengths to acquire Jimmy Butler this summer. According to league insider Keith Pompey, the organization is committed to offering Butler, 34, a max extension if they're able to land him in a trade in the coming months. The Sixers view him as a fallback option if they are unable to sign Paul George in free agency, wrote Pompey. And, according to sources, the Sixers are prepared to give Butler a maximum salary extension if things align and he forces a trade out of Miami. Paul George has been the top target for the 76ers all month, and rumors of a potential split with the Clippers have put the entire NBA on notice. But with his future still uncertain, and various teams in the running for George, the 76ers need a backup plan, and that's where Butler comes in. Butler, 34, has been the heart and soul of the Heat franchise since his arrival in 2019. But after multiple failed playoff runs, there is noise about a breakup in South Beach, and it leaves the door open for his return to familiar ground. In the 2018-19 campaign, Jimmy played 55 games for the 76ers, and he was arguably the second-best player behind Joel Embiid with averages of 18.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.0 assists per game on 46% shooting. He lit a fire under everyone there, and his two-way game was huge in the front court next to Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Tobias Harris. 5 years later, Butler is unlikely to have the same impact as when he first arrived, but with the breakout of Tyrese Maxey, the 76ers might finally have enough to make a deep playoff run in the East. To date, Embiid hasn't made it past the second round, but they will not stop trying to have a breakthrough. The 76ers probably should have re-signed Butler in the summer of 2019. Instead, amidst rising tensions in the locker room, they decided to let him go that summer, where he eventually agreed to a new contract to join the Miami Heat for 4 years, $140.8 million. That summer, when given the task of choosing between Butler and scoring forward Tobias Harris, the 76ers chose Tobias, inking him to a 5-year, $180 million contract. The decision, which some would call a mistake, prompted an iconic response from Butler, who famously called out the 76ers after eliminating them from the postseason, "You chose Tobias Harris over me?" In the eyes of the 76ers, Butler was a problem in the locker room and his game wasn't good enough to warrant keeping him around and risking team chemistry. While Butler was known for being rather disagreeable at the time, he proved the 76ers wrong in every way with 2 finals appearances, while his old team has yet to make the conference finals. It's currently unknown if Butler would ever consider going back to the 76ers to team up with Embiid again, but it might be his best shot for a championship at this stage of his career. At the very least, he could ensure that he gets paid well for years to come in the last chapter of his NBA career. Magic Johnson makes one wish to ESPN for Heat icon. A lot of NBA players venture into some form of media after retirement. They still have the elite ball knowledge and know the field of players too well such that their expert commentary would be a nice product. There are levels to this, because some have been doing podcasts, while others are on live television. Udonis Haslem has been experiencing the latter half in the past few weeks, while covering the NBA playoffs for ESPN. The Miami Heat legend has garnered quite a following for his refreshing takes, one of those individuals in Los Angeles Lakers legend Magic Johnson. The league will never be short of analysts. As long as there are a lot of players retiring from the association, the commentary and analysis of things like the NBA playoffs will always have some integrity. But there are just some who have an innate talent for it. Just recently, J.J. Redick has shown that he had one of the best basketball minds and is now the favorite to land the Lakers coaching job. Another person on the rise is Udonis Haslem. The Heat legend has been such a good member of the media so far. This has piqued Magic Johnson's interest so much that he wants him to be a staple when he comes to the shows. The Lakers great could not help but outline his eagerness to see Udonis Haslem from the sideline or in the studio a lot more. ESPN, you definitely have an excellent team of ex-players already with Kendrick Perkins, Jay Williams, Tim Legler, and J.J. Redick, but you should hire Udonis Haslem permanently. He's been spectacular in breaking down the NBA playoffs, from the players' game and mentality to the X's and O's, as well as the philosophy of the game. Udonis has done it with intelligence, charisma, and flair. And he's funny too, he said. It may take a couple more games in the NBA Finals for him to really get that earned bag. For now, viewers can just enjoy and laugh along with him while he gives useful insights on how to properly view the game. They could be the next big thing, since the NBA on TNT might get apart. If loyalty needed to be personified, it would largely point to someone like Haslem. Since joining the NBA, he has been very busy with his life. That did not mean that the effort was not there to be analytically great. His greatness also helped him become one of the best power forwards in his draft class. He was part of the legendary 2003 to 2004 NBA All-Rookie team and they were stacked. His role with the Heat then kept getting bigger over time. Sitting on the sideline or watching it from the studio, Haslem's appearances are surely going to be valuable. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Magic Johnson? Leave your opinion in the comments.